So I can't beat up the world. You understand me? It's just that we got to come together and do better. Amen? Amen. They said there are 120 churches in St. Thomas. We could come together and have a parade in any street that we want to pick. Somebody said hallelujah. A clash, there's a clash of cultures. So there's the spiritual kingdom, and then also there's a kingdom of darkness and the kingdom of the enemy. And there's always a clash. Somebody said hallelujah. I'm going to preach the whole message because I'm going to let the lady share. But in Daniel 3, 14 and 18 says, Nebuchadnezzar spoke, saying to them, is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden image which I have set up? People want to worship their gods. And I was on the radio and with some other pastors, and one pastor said that they send in a tape to pray over carnival. I said, okay. And then another one said, well, he's maybe a sexton or something, or some influential person. He said, I go to carnival. Can I ask a question? I mean, and they saw that there was a pool in St. Thomas during the time of the resurrection time, the death, burial, and resurrection time in St. Thomas, that we have carnival. You understand me? And when we have resurrection time, there's something happening on a Sunday. You understand me? Somebody said, And so therefore there's that pull, there's cultural pull. And I sense it during more so during this year, there's a cultural pull. Even our young people. And you know what happened, church? We have more days than the carnival people. So therefore we're going to be more impactful. We got to open our voice and we got to speak up. So I can't hit carnival when we have more days in the year to speak up about righteousness and godliness and about the kingdom culture. So I just can't hit the people's time. I saw these people, I went to pick up our I'm getting a little hiss, kind of, if you could help me in the back here. I went to pick up the lady, the people coming in, the macaroni stick, the people coming dancing off the plane. What if we had worship at the airport? They would come dancing and worship too. Come on. So I'm just telling you that who is in control. Somebody said, there's a time when they come together, when families come together, and they meet up one another, they eat the cultural food and all that kind of stuff, they dance in the street. But David is the first guy who danced in the street. Alright? When the act was going up the road. Somebody say hallelujah. So there are two cultures, kingdom culture and the kingdom of this world, and the devil is in control of the kingdom of this world. Somebody say hallelujah. And in the Caribbean, it's sad to say in the Caribbean that we become exporters, not of righteousness, not of the glory of God, the power of God. We thank God for men like Tonell Nelson, somebody called Tonell Nelson, even if you don't know him, Rachel Bird, Miles Monroe, Miles Monroe. They were the ones who were taking the word of God all around the world from the Caribbean. In the Caribbean, any place in the Caribbean, people are the diaspora of the Caribbean. We have a carnival. Be it England, be it Leeds, be it Ontario, be it Canada, be it New York, be it California. Wherever they are, they strike up a carnival band. Nobody helping up with that. So therefore, I'm looking at this thing and I'm wondering what kind of job we are doing, the churches in the Caribbean are doing. We have our own struggles internally with the carnival and the cultural presentation, and there's a struggle. Come on, somebody say there's a struggle. Let's shake the devil and say there's a struggle. You see, when I grew up, I have no struggle with it because even though we were living in the city and there was carnival, we were not permitted to go see it. I only saw it if it comes into the village and I saw some guy with a masquerade or something. I have a little dance on. If I want to. Okay, and the guy with the bullhorn, he knows. But you know during carnival what we did? We went to church to fast and pray for the carnival people. I can't hear you. And so that's why I can have church. Because in me, I can have church during carnival. So some Christians can't say, well, Pastor, you have a church during carnival, what are you doing? You understand? So that's how I grew up. I'm still getting the hiss, I'm still getting the hiss back here. You understand me? I saw it's a struggle. Someone said a struggle. And the music is good. And some of us like to whine. Somebody said, but there's a kingdom culture. Come on, there's a kingdom culture. And people in the church are supposed to be representing the kingdom culture. And there's so many people on carnival that defect from God, the church. No matter what kind you knock in church, they ain't showing up. Because that culture is in them. The culture of the world is in them. But this morning God wants His culture to be inside of you. Somebody say, today God wants His what? Culture to be inside of you. Amen. Kingdom, the kingdom of God culture. And the people that's righteous, the people who are the Christians, we are supposed to portray that culture. It's a different culture. It's a culture about salvation, righteousness, justice. It's about a culture about healing, raising the dead. It's a spiritual culture. And that culture is birthed in heaven. One more time, somebody say that culture is birthed in heaven. Yeah. I love it. So in Daniel 3:14 and 18 it says, it is true, Shadrach, Meshach and Abednego, that you do not serve my gods or worship the golden image which I have set up. Now if you are ready at the time you hear the sound of the horn, somebody say the horn, the flute, and the harp, the lyre, and the psaltery, in symphony with all kinds of music, and you fall down and worship the image which I have set up. But if you do not worship, you shall be cast immediately into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. And who is God who will deliver you from my hand? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to the king, O Nebuchadnezzar, we have no need to answer you in this matter. If that is the case, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and He will deliver us from your hand, O king. But if not, let it be known to you, O king, that we do not serve your gods, nor will we worship the golden image which you have set up. In every age, the enemy likes to set up golden images. And attached to the golden image, our culture can become our golden image. Our music can become our golden image. Because you see, we had everything there. They had the horn, the trumpet, the flute, the harp, the lyre, and the psaltery, and all that has to do with music. And we were born with it. It is inside of us. You understand me? And so therefore, with men like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that sound of worshiping the golden altar, the golden idol, was not inside of them, because they were Hebrews and they came from a different region. So they did not do it. That sound was not in them. But the people who were in this region with Nebuchadnezzar, that sound was in them. So when they heard that sound, they knew when that sound comes up and it arose in the midst of them, they would bow down to this golden image. Even though it was wrong, when God said you must only serve the true and living God. Somebody say hallelujah. And so there is a fight. There was a cultural clash, a cultural fight. So there has to be a people of God to recognize what is happening. So somebody say recognize what is happening. You see, and see if we could change the culture and bring it to kingdom culture. Somebody say hallelujah. There are people, you see, we can only, our vision, what we see right now is not it. There are people who are planning strategically to do great things. And so we got to plan strategically. There are people who are planning communities. There are people who are Christian communities, Christian towns, gated communities with their own police, their own bank and everything. Sinners and the unsaved, they're living there. And the saved living there, but they have their own rules and regulations. And when they come in, the kingdom of God is going to impact them. Somebody say hallelujah. And let me tell you, there are churches and in Africa that has more people than living on their roster than living in St. Thomas. They have over 50,000 people. And they say we have over 120 churches and maybe more. Some are brought in all the time. And we can't impact our culture. We got to impact our culture. Somebody say hallelujah. And that's why I'm actually getting some cameras to talk into our culture, to talk to St. Thomas. I don't think we have any pastors talking to St. Thomas. I talk to them on different social media, but we gotta go wider and go better. Amen? You're gonna take some money, but we're gonna do it by faith. Amen? Put your hands together for that, man. You're some kind of sleepy. I'm gonna let you go early. Somebody say hallelujah. And so culture clash. Someone say culture clash. So these guys, we are pilgrims and strangers here. And so therefore we have a different type of way. Yes, we have the culture, we have the dance, we can change the sound, and we can still have a cultural beat. Amen? But the sounds are different, the words are different. Somebody say hallelujah. That's for the musicians. Amen? And God can give you a sound that can transform entire regions. Somebody say, God, give us a sound that can transform regions. And these folks are the sound that is dropped. I guarantee you that you will hear it being played for the entire year until they have another road match. Why can't we hit the road match? I'm hearing nobody. Yeah. They're going to be boogie whining until December. They're going to be boogie whining until December. You understand me? Somebody say, with the road match, and you will hear it. And some of the Christians will get to get it. Even though you know the words, because the people here, you will put it down, and you will hear the little and your tongue on the door. They're going to play it. Somebody say, and the beat is in you, the culture is in you. Somebody say, you need to change the lyrics, change the song, change the sound. Somebody say, hallelujah. And heaven has the sound. Somebody say, heaven has the sound. Somebody say, culture clash. I can't hear. Somebody say, culture clash. There's a fight. Somebody say, there's a fight, there's a war. In Daniel 3:23-25. Daniel 3, write it down. Daniel 3:23-25. After the king commanded them, single out these guys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. When you hear the sound of the music and the symphony, they weren't playing no joke. The world, they're not playing anymore. They'll put up stage and they come out strong, come out high. Somebody say, So when you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the harp, the lyre, the psaltery, and the symphony. Somebody say symphony. With all kinds of music. They were like tiptoeing through the toilet. They were coming out strong, coming out hard to worship their golden image. Somebody say, And then they saw that these three men, the Hebrews, were not bowing down. And they reported them, and they came to the king and said, hey, guys, you got to bow down and worship. Oh, come on, bow down and worship. And you go back to work and say, I didn't say carnival, but you worship out? What you say? I just don't do carnival. We're in church worshiping. I can't hear the church up in here. It's amazing. The folks, man, you see them buying in the, wherever they are, you see them buying. They see them at the gas station. And then they say, man, we had no boat race today, man. No boat race, but we have a horse race, man. Hey, Jimmy, we had no boat race this year, but we had a horse race. That's an evangelist. So the guy in the news read the newspaper, he know there was no boat race. And we had we have a horse race. So you might feel a little cry because no boat race, but we don't have. Somebody have to preach the man. Wow! So them and they evangelizing at the gas station, you say, man, you like the road match, man, I like it. And he talking and he whining. I'm an evangelist for carnival. Woo! But then we're going to be evangelists for the kingdom of God. Somebody say culture clash. Alright, God, I want to take other people's time. I don't have 10 minutes, but I feel I came to relax, but I think I didn't bring up a sermon. I'll get to hot too early. Let me read and shut my mouth. But Daniel 3:23-25 says, and these three men, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, fell down, bound into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. They threw them in because they refused to bow. When the symphony and the music and everybody started gyrating and bowing down and saying what they chant. Then King Nebuchadnezzar was astonished, and he rose in the midst and spoke, saying unto his counselors, did not we cast three men bound into the midst of the fire? They answered and said to the king, true, O king. Look, he answered, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire, and they are not hurt, And the form of the fourth is like the Son of God. Somebody say, well, I'm not hurt. So Nebuchadnezzar had his own world system. And he wanted the Hebrew young men to dance to the music of the world system, but they refused. Not only to dance to the world system, but also to worship the new age movement of his time. Somebody say, These men refused to bow down to the system of the world, and they knew that God would deliver them. Somebody say, God's going to deliver us. Woo, somebody say, hallelujah. We have to be people of conviction who have seen and heard from God. Somebody say conviction. Folks, you have a conviction. What is your conviction? Piece of the world and half of the world. Oh, yeah. When you do not bow to the world system, God will walk with you. Come on, somebody say, I want God to walk with me. Somebody said the world, a clash of kingdoms. So what we're doing, we're seeing clash of kingdoms. The kingdom of the world, the sound is in you. And in Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they had the Hebrew boys, never had that sound in them. That's when they came over into Babylon. And with Nebuchadnezzar, when he said strike up the sound and the symphony, they had not that sound of idol worship in them. So they refused to bow down. They said, we have a different kind of sound. We have the Hebrew sound. Our sound, our cultural sound is that we worship the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Oh, somebody say hallelujah. I pray that one of these days we really wake up and see, in the Caribbean, it was not always like this. With the Caribbean people, the diaspora of the Caribbean, our people becomes the transporters of carnival wherever they drop in the world. I hear somebody come on. That's a prayer point. Wherever they go, they carry their steel pan, they carry their big drum, they carry their costume. Yeah. Just go on YouTube and just say carnival. You see New York shows up, California shows up, Leeds shows up. Yep. They show up. Long Beach, Long Bay, just name it. Oh, yeah. So not only there is carnival, in the Caribbean we have like two carnivals per year. Sometimes they clash with different islands. St. Kitts and Nevis clash on December, and they have clashes. Yeah. At the time, but they're gonna have the carnival. Somebody said, so we become, this is the key point. Because we refuse to have a Sunday school on that tree. And we become a sermon and a sheet Christian. A what? A sermon and a sheet. It means that the preacher preaches a sermon to you. And he said, you can't go halfway, go down here into the and you go home and you jump into your bed, your white sheet, and you're not sleeping. And so you're not mobilized to do anything in our community. Somebody said, we're gonna have some more talking, because I think I was talking and praying to God. And said, we come and preach, but somebody ought to come and talk to the church about what can we do to mobilize our church without talking in the kingdom. Somebody said, So we're gonna pick a spot where I'll talk to you, and you talk back to me. To find out where are we going wrong? Why can't we impact our sons and daughters in the kingdom of God? Because what? Nobody have the time. Everybody busy. You come and you trade this, all the churches so up a sermon and we go home. See you next week. So we're not branching out to bring forth impact. We're not impacting and touching lives. We need to touch lives. It's about touching lives. Okay? I like to see the carnival crowd. I like to see the jubilee crowd. It means that we have a lot of work to do. Somebody say, it means we have what? A lot of work to do. You start a revival, start a glory movement, and if you don't catch a plane, catch a boat and come into. I tell you, I cannot hit the people carnival. I put my name on this, Pastor Oral, please, I'm a preacher at Global Life Church. I cannot hit the people's carnival because they neither have a bishop, a pope, or a prophet. All the carnival community does set a date. And I guarantee you, say to the schoolyard, from like next month, practice doing this. Somebody say, they're practicing. And they want to win. I am not hearing you. And so I see them coming in smiling. Is the church doing anything for people to come smiling? in the land. I see them coming off the plane, JetBlue, Spirit, American. Sister Smith was right there and I tried to tell her attention. I said, you see people smiling? They're smiling and dancing. Mac jumping and stick. And everybody coming in, even the little tourists, them coming in, one another, Mac jumping, playing the little thing. The jamming coming in. Sister Smith was there with them, Mother Smith. Was at the airport. When the church begins to put smile on people's face, then I start talking about people. They came in smiling, they came to look for their family, they came to eat the food, they came in for the culture, and then the rest is history. The big drum and the back and down and they walk up and everything. But we have to be cognizant of the fact that there are two cultures. Somebody said two cultures. Now this culture is in us. They're not pan culture. Somebody used to go down the road, okay, and hold the thing down. Somebody have 1 hour. Somebody all by yourself. You should have carnival all by yourself. I hear nobody talking to me. But we got to change the culture. Somebody say kingdom culture. Until we lift our heads up and so we can change it. We will change it. Amen? Somebody say we can change it. And so we're going to speak. I believe, listen, my life changed. This is going to change my name. And we're going to change my name. I'm changing my name too. So, but changed my life. She said something. So I'm going to harvest field white and ready to harvest. So we have to go touch the harvest field. Amen? We're doing it on the social media. We have to do it like being into their homes. And when they talk to some radio station, I want to get some rates. We want to go and we just got to do it. Amen? We get a camera in, amen, and do it. Amen? So we're going to do it. Somebody say we're going to do it?
We're going to do it.
Well, that's all kind of Danish, man. Somebody say we're going to do it. Yeah, we have to do it. Okay? And so I am comforted in knowing that we can make an impact. Somebody say we can make an impact. And the churches and the believers, we have more days in the year to celebrate God than the carnival crowd. Let's celebrate it good. Come on, let's put our hands together. Let's have a good thing. It's encouraging you. It's encouraging you, amen? And so I hope that the word I shared encourage you. I mean, I had a whole sermon, maybe next time I'll just preach it, and it's still, I have more revelation, but there's some folks who are going to share now. Amen, on their revelation that they got during the week of services. Amen. And my technician, everybody going to say, have a little spot, save. So, okay. And the top, if I can have a little 10 light spots, I can send it to them so they can hear the sound while we stream. Amen.